as soon as I'm finished hunting, which may not be at the end of the season, because hunting in December in Michigan during the late season after gun season is almost a waste of time if you're after mature bucks, because we've got so much gun pressure. Every mature buck on public land is going to be nocturnal, totally 100% nocturnal during December. So once it gets into December, if I'm not going out of state someplace like out west to continue hunting where there's less pressure and there's still mature deer moving in daylight in the late season, I'm out scouting as soon as the snow melts. So let's say I take off and I go to Ohio in mid-December. If I come back on the 15th or the 20th of December and I am done bow hunting for the year, if there's no snow on the ground, I immediately go into postseason scouting, location preparation mode if it's on private, marking my locations on Onyx, waypoint marking them on Onyx for, next season. And this year, for instance, from January through April, because I quit doing that at the end of April. As soon as green up starts, I'm done. My postseason scouting and location prep and waypoint marking on Onyx is over. Because as soon as green up starts, you can't see the sign that you can see as soon as the snow melts, where the scrapes are still obvious. Last fall rubs are still very obvious. They're white. The licking branches are still obvious. The runways from last fall are still obvious. As soon as the green up starts to grow, it covers up the scrapes. Licking branches start to grow on the ends of the buds. Just the visual changes. Once green up starts also, in usually May in Michigan, everything starts to look denser, because I like to postseason scout once the snow is gone, because the best time to kill mature bucks is during the rut phases. So obviously during the rut phases in a northern state like Michigan, by the 1st of November, late October, all the foliage is down. So I want to scout and I want to look at the location in the area that I'm going to hunt the same way it's going to look when I'm going to hunt them during the rut phases. So obviously during postseason, the foliage is down. I can tell how dense the security cover actually is. Whereas as soon as it starts greening up or during preseason, everything looks dense. There's foliage on everything. So the trees look dense. It looks like they got background cover. The ground security covers all got leaves on it. So it looks dense. And you prep something and then you go back during the rut and it's totally open. Once the foliage falls, it's a lot more open than you thought it was. Or you might have prepped a tree and got up there 18 feet during preseason or, during green up and thought you had plenty of background cover. But then when you go in there and hunt it 1st of November, when the foliage is down, you stick out like a sore thumb at 18 feet. So I like to look at the location as far as the ground security cover, see if it's adequate security cover for daytime traffic for a mature buck. I like to look at the tree, prep it the way I know it's going to look when the deer is going to be coming in during the rut phases. And typically it makes me go up another 5 to possibly 10 feet by prepping trees when the foliage is down as opposed to when there's foliage on the trees. Because 55, and this is stats. I've written 3 books, did the stats from all the Pope and Young record books, land mass in every state through the U.S. Almanac, license sales through, there's a couple books that print the license sales for every state, bow license sales. Archery Business is one of them. So I did all the stats for all my books, and it was quite obvious that 55 to 65% of the bucks that go in the record book from any state, I don't care, you name the state, I did the stats on every state, they're taken during the rut phases. So when you get 55 to 65% of the bucks taken in a 3 to 3.5 week time frame out of a 3 to 4, some states 5-month season, obviously that 3.5 week time frame is when you want to focus your attention. That's when you want to be hunting the most, putting your most efforts in. And during that time is when the foliage is down. So I want to scout my areas and look at them the same way they're going to look during the rut phases. I want to scout them when they look the same way. And you can't do that during preseason. To me, people are very foolish when they do all their scouting and location preparation during preseason. But you also have to wait till the snow melts. If you're in a northern state, sign left in the snow is totally misleading because once you get any deep snow, deer totally change where they bed. Once it's, let's say you get 12 inches, 8 inches of snow in January, snow's not gone till the 1st of March. That's when I start scouting. I don't scout at all when there's snow on the ground, January or February, whatever that may be. As soon as that snow is gone, like this year, the snow was gone in early February. So I had 3 solid months to scout. And I think I prepared 12 new locations. And obviously, I go to all of my old locations. I have to clean up the summer growth from last year. So I'm re-grooming my old locations plus prepping or waypoint marking new public land locations.
Hey, thanks for watching that clip. If you liked it, the full episode's right here. And before you head out, hit that subscribe button right there for me.